Hey there, we are going to have breakfast. So I'm moving my scale over here. I use 2 servings of bacon pieces, which is 14 grams. You can do it however you like to do it, but I like to use my scale while I'm, trying to get my numbers straight. So I'm gonna, I'm also gonna add a little bit of onion. I love me some onions. People around me may not like it when I like onions, but I like them. Just for a number, I'm gonna use 14 grams of onions too. These are the frozen onions. I just pull them out of my freezer when I want them. So now I'm gonna saute all that for a little bit. While that's wetting up and sauteing, I'm gonna get 10 grams of sun-dried tomatoes. Okay, 12 grams. And dude, I don't want to dirty up a knife, so I'm just gonna kind of pick it apart a little bit. Hey, wait, I can maybe use a different knife. I don't know, I'll see. But anyway, I'm gonna break it up a little bit. Okay, I ended up using a steak knife to cut it up into smaller pieces. I'm going to put that in with the onion and mushroom. Just kind of saute it a little bit. I've also got a little bit of bacon grease in there. I'm going to saute that a little bit longer. Kind of help soften up the tomatoes. And then we'll crack in the eggs. By the way, I'm drinking my protein coffee. This is I used 1 tablespoon of the coffee, the instant coffee. It's definitely a lot more smooth. I don't know. I mean, it tastes good. Along with my electrolytes and everything, it tastes good. I've been sipping on it. I guess I've been up since 6, but man, I couldn't sleep last night. I was so stinking excited that my family's coming to town. I was worse than a little kid. I was like, my brain was like, oh, I'm going to see my sister. I'm going to see my other sister in a couple days. And I'm going to see my nieces and nephews, who I just love to pieces. Oh, my goodness. I just could not sleep for nothing. I think I finally was, may have gone to sleep around 1:30-ish. So my brain was definitely on the go. But in an excited way. But then, because I just always wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, my brain was like, boom, come on, Terry, let's go. Hey, let's get up and get moving. So I slept from about 1:30 to 6. And that's all right. Now I'm kind of on autopilot. But I've just been kind of pilfering around, cleaning up stuff here and there, that kind of thing. They don't come to my house very much or very long. Well, the boys like to come over and see the dogs. The girls are not as into the dogs as my nephews are. And I say boys, please understand. I mean men and women. Because I think the youngest one turns 22 this summer. So, and the oldest one's 25, I think. So, they're not little kids. I just will always think of them as little kids. You know how it is. So, when I say boys and girls, I mean young men and women. So, anyway, I'm going to cover this and I'll get back to you whenever I'm ready to eat it. Or actually, I'll get back to you when I'm ready to add the cheese. Okay, and now I'm going to use 1/2 serving of this cheese. 1/2 serving is 14 grams. You don't have to be as obsessive about weighing things as me. But I found that I cannot moderate. I typically can't just look at amounts and guesstimate. I have to be literal with my amounts. That's just the way this has worked for me. You know, when I was doing carnivore, I just guesstimated about 2 pounds a day and that worked until I had a point where I still needed to lower my calories. But, and that's frozen cheese. I just pull out what I want and pop it back in the freezer. Now I'm going to let this sit a couple minutes and then I'm going to eat it. So that's going to be my breakfast this morning. Hey, so I think I'm going to be going to my mom's for my lunch because my sister is going to be coming into town around 1. So I have not eaten my breakfast yet, but it's sitting over here. I'm letting the cheese melt a little bit, but let me take a bite. Hang on. Alright, so for my sister, or for myself, my lunch, I'm pulling this out. It was the deep fried steak and vegetables. Well, I had already seasoned it, so I'm good there. So I'm going to set that in this big old bag because I'm taking stuff to Mom's also for her. Actually, I'm going to wait till I'm ready to go. So for today, I'm also bringing some of that fried rutabaga. And then I'm going to have to try to remember. I need to stop and pick up some barbecue sauce because today's the day they're having the, man. Okay, maybe I do need 2 scoops. Maybe I do need 2 tablespoons in my coffee. Anyway, I need to stop and get barbecue sauce because they're going to be having pulled pork today. I'm going to put some of this popping all day in with this zucchini. I told you I pulled this out of my freezer to defrost. To possibly, I'm not sure if I'll have this or I might share the rutabaga with them. So this is kind of an herby type seasoning. I'm going to add a little no salt and a little yes salt. I'm going to take one out and taste it and see how it tastes. You can hear it slopping around. It's wet down in there. Yeah. That'll be good. So I'll take my lunch and have this for my supper whenever the family gets there. I don't know what time we're eating. So, anyway, so yeah. So I got these seasoned up and ready to go. Well, this is already seasoned. It's that rutabaga. So I'll show you guys whenever I get to Mom's what we're doing. We're going to take a tour. This is my mom's house. This is, we'll go through the upstairs later. She's napping. When I was a kid, there was a horseshoe that hung right there. And above that was like this big old pheasant that my dad shot. And downstairs was where all the games and stuff like that was. Mom, if you're watching, sorry. But this was like a utility room and there was a refrigerator and it's just the junk basement. This was like a great grandparents' trunk, and it has a few things in it. And of course, Mom comes and rides her bicycle and stuff. So, and then this was my dad's shop. Growing up as a kid, he would hang out in here, and he would do stuff with wood. Hang on, there's a glare from that. He would do all kinds of woodworking, and he had all kinds of sanding and just all kinds of tools. And if we ever needed anything, we would come down here, and I bet you every single one of these is filled. He's got some screws and nails and who knows what down here. He died in 2015. There's still old paint and and buckets and planks of wood and who knows what with what. So anyway, this was my dad's man cave. Let me turn that light off. And when I was a kid, we always, if we needed a sleeping bag, they were always up here. So we always knew where they were. And then there was just like some old clothes down in here. And then that was our, washer dryer. And then they had this room redone, so it's different now. But this was always Dad's bathroom. He was always banished to the bathroom in the basement because we girls took over. We only had one bathroom upstairs and one downstairs. And he was always banished to the basement toilet because we girls were doing makeup. And in here, this was our playroom. We had all kinds of toys and playthings and whatnot over there. But now, Mom's got a trundle bed, so when the family comes to town, they have a place to sleep. But my dad was a band director, so he has all kinds of things. Well, that's a fishing. That's a fishing thing. He caught a big fish. Hang on. I can't get this to zoom out. Hang on. Sorry, y'all. Zoom in and out. Okay. So, a friend of his was a artist, and so that's a picture of the school that my dad taught at, and I don't know, that's some money, I guess, from some vacation. But anyway, so Dad has all these awards that he won. He was a band director for 30 years, and so that's him as a little boy. That was his uniform, and that was when he was in high school, and that was him, I think, when he first started in Jackson, and that's how he looked when he retired from doing teaching. And that was the band. I think they were at the stadium for the St. Louis Cardinals. Sometimes the bands would get to go and do things. So anyway, he had all kinds of awards. But anyway, so as a kid, and then this wall is brick. And as a kid, we would come down here and play. And this trunk probably belonged to somebody. And then I don't know if I think Dad might have made this. He liked to work with wood. And that is my grandma and her brother. I don't remember which one's which. It's hard to tell. I think that one might be my grandma and that one's her brother. And then they have a fireplace. And when I was a kid, they had a potbelly stove, like a potbelly stove. And it was actually right over here. And we would roast hot dogs and marshmallows and stuff. That's one of the paintings my dad's friend made. That hung up in our living room when I was a little kid. And then, let's see, who's that? Oh, no, that's a painting. Here, that's my dad. When he was a kid, little kid, he had a goat and he used to ride him, and he would hook up a cart to him. And then one time the pigs got a hold of him and killed him. And so I don't know if they ever told. I think they told him the goat ran away. But yeah, so that was my dad and his little goat. But anyway, so this was like our family room. And along here, we used to have like a bar and had a refrigerator behind it. So we'd come down and we'd have fondue. And like I said, we'd roast hot dogs and marshmallows. And then this, when I was little, was my mom and dad's room. And then whenever they moved upstairs and remodeled, they put 2 rooms and made them into one. Then this was my room. And I had a waterbed. And my waterbed popped in the middle of the night one night, and thankfully, being down here, it was concrete underneath of this carpet, so that it didn't like seep down didn't seep down into the wood. Hang on, now I gotta flip the right. Now we're gonna go back upstairs. Mom's napping, so we gotta be quiet. She's closing her eyes before my sister gets here. That's all the family. One of my nieces, a niece, her husband and daughter. That's my dad on a camel. They went to, oh my gosh, where was it they went to? I can't think of it. There's my sister. That's the one who's coming today. That's her boys and her husband. This is from last year, I think. And there's my mom with some of her friends. And there's mom and dad and some of their friends. There's my grandma. She was my buddy. That's my other sister and her husband. And she's got 2 girls and he's got 2 girls. And then that's my mom, dad, my 2 nieces and 2 nephews. And she's a bonus niece. And She's a bonus niece. So here's the kitchen. Boy, it's bright outside. So the kitchen. And then here's the living room. Shh, Mom's sleeping. Now, when I was a kid, like I said, we just had this one bathroom, and it was a bathtub. And so 3 girls, we were all lined up right here doing our makeup, and that was a bathtub. So if you wanted to shower, you had to go to the basement. There was a doorway right here when I was little, because this room was 2 bedrooms, and I had a little bitty bedroom. And then this is another bedroom. So this was my middle sister's bedroom growing up. And one of Dad's students' father was an artist, and he drew that. For my dad, he had a child who played the piano and played, I don't remember what the other kid played. Maybe something else, but anyway, he drew that for Dad. And so he even has the reflection of 2 people on there. But this also was my room when my sister moved out. And of course, there's her wall of grandchildren. And there's another trunk. This one she got from, I don't remember, I think my brother-in-law got this sent over from somewhere. And let's see, there's a little figurine. And then let's go in here. So now this room was 2 bedrooms. And whenever they moved upstairs and had that bathroom done, and then this bathroom they added on, it's a bathroom, it's just a toilet and a shower in there. Then they have a sink in here. I always tell her when she dies, I'm gonna take this house. But anyway, and it's got a walk-in closet and has a stack washer dryer in there. So this bedroom was 2 bedrooms, and the little half was my half. Now we're gonna go look out in the sunroom. Okay. So when they moved upstairs, they had the sunroom added on. I think I was like on my way out, or I don't remember. But anyway, so they have a sunroom, and she's got a Christmas tree up and the presents, and that's my presents for the kids, but she's got a nice view. She's got really great neighbors. Oh my gosh. She's got a neighbor across the street that she calls me whenever she saw Mom fall one time. And no, she saw Mom standing on a stepladder one time cleaning her car. And so she called me. She's like, Terry, do you know what your mother's doing? Anyway, so this was my childhood house, except for this room was not here back then. So this is the living room. This is where that picture that I showed you downstairs always was. She's got a hutch for all her precious moments. You can see where I get my love of precious moments from. And this is her mom's Fontanini set for Christmas. It's a huge village. And of course, the very focal point is baby Jesus. And then, hang on now, I gotta zoom back out. I have the worst trouble with this. Come on, zoom out, fella. And then I got that hanging up. And growing up, there was always a chair here. I don't think I'm zoomed out all the way. Doggone it. There we go. There's always a chair there, and end table there, and a chair there, and the TV. And my dad made that grandfather clock. He made that, and Mom keeps it wound up and going. And look, there's me. Hi, Terry. When I was a kid, the Christmas tree was always here in this corner. And, yep. So I had to bring my crochet stuff. My ADD, I can't sit still. So, yep. There we go. That's a tour of my house growing up. I feel like a little kid waiting on Santa Claus for Christmas. I'm waiting on my sister to come down the hill. They'll come down that hill up there. But they're in a rental car because they fly in. So I'm just excited. Have you ever seen so many coats for one person? I want to steal her coats. Like, this one is so cute and warm. I want to take this one. I want to take this one. I want to steal my mother's coats. She has so many and they look so comfy, but she catches me every time. I think that's them coming down the road. Let's see if they pull in. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, my sister's here. My sister's here. I'll show you pictures later. Bye.
We were standing on the other plane at 8:05.
That's the rest of the table. No faces, just food. That's what my mama set out for everybody to eat. I got my hair. This is my way of letting my mom know I was here and I love her. She hates when I leave the toilet paper off the thing, and I like to take it off just as my little calling card. It lets her know I was here and that I love her. Hee hee hee. That's my supper. I've got my pulled pork that Mom made and my G. Hughes barbecue sauces, 2 different ones, and my rutabaga, fried rutabaga. And that's what everybody's having. Okay, see you later.